Hey boss, what are we learning today? Well, many of our students have been trying to write melodies and they're asking me in the classroom what makes a good melody. That's a great question, but what should we tell them? Why don't we play a few of the best melodies by some well-known composers? That's a good idea, but first let's have a look at what a melody is. A melody is a succession of pitches in rhythm, meaning one note after the other. So we don't play two notes at the same time. That's correct, but you interrupted me. There's more to a good melody than just a sequence of notes one after the other. What are some of the features of a good melody? Well, first we have the register that the melody is being played in. That means if it is deep down in the bass clef on a low sounding instrument like the double bass, or high up in the treble clef, such as when it's played by a high sounding instrument like the violin or the flute. I've got an idea. Fill number 5 could play a melody on the double bass to show us a melody in a low register. Great idea, dude. Let's go across to fill number 5. I'm just going to quickly show you what the range of a melody is. The range is simply the distance or interval between the lowest note and the highest note. So I'm going to play you Mary Had a Little Lamb, but here's a simple version that only uses 3 notes. Let's have a look at it on the music. So you can see this version only has a range of 3 notes, C, D and E. So we can say that it has a very narrow range, or we call it a major third. So let's have a look at that. Alright, now there's another version that most of you will know, and this one has an extra note, the high G, okay? So C, D, E and G. But we don't say it has a range of 4 notes, we say it has a range of 5 notes, or a fifth. So from C up to the G. Let's have a listen. So even though it uses only 4 different notes, the distance from the low C to the G is a distance or an interval of 5 notes. I've been asked to demonstrate a melody on the viola. This is my favourite, but I usually like someone else to play on the drum kit with me.
Wait, stop.
Oh, calm down, dude. What's the problem?
That's not a melody, it's a riff. That's not what we want.
Okay. Well, yeah, settle down. Here's something a bit more mild because, the boss there complained about it. He reckons it's just a riff. But here's a melody from our Flipped Strings Level 2 book. It's The Dance of the Maidens, composed by a dude named Alexander Borodin. And what I like about this melody, it's a bit calmer than the other one, is it sounds like it's telling a story, and the reason for that is it's got a really nice shape, or what we call a contour, and a very nice mixture of leaps or jumps and scale patterns or steps. So just have a listen to this first line. It starts in the open D and goes up to the open A. Anyway, what I'll do is I'll show you the whole tune with the backing track, because with these books you can access the online backing tracks. Even makes me sound good. Okay, so we've demonstrated three very important elements of what makes a good melody. First of all, register, if it's high or low for a high instrument like the violin or flute, or if it's a song for a lady's high voice, or low for, say, the cello or the double bass, or for a low male voice if it's a song. And then the range of a melody, from the lowest note of the melody to the highest note of the melody. We don't want to make the range too wide and too difficult to play or sing. Then the melodic contour or shape of the melody, which is a combination of steps and leaps or jumps that makes for a very nice shape of the melody. So what's our cellist going to demonstrate? Well, for my example of a melody, I'd like to play the Windy Day Concerto from our flipped strings level 2 books.
Dude, what do you need us for?
Well, if you play the ensemble parts in your book, it will sound like a whole orchestra.
Okay.
That's great. We can play the accompaniment for you using the ensemble parts. Let's have a look at the melody. What do you like about it? Well, it's very simple, and like all good melodies, it features just the right combination of leaps and steps, but you might notice that it mainly consists of leaps using the notes of the G major and D major chords. Okay, let's finish up with a performance of the Windy Day Concerto. Thanks for watching. We've been learning about what makes a good melody, the register, the range, the contour or shape of the melody, and using that knowledge in our next video, we'll learn how to compose a melody and perform it.